My name is Larissa. Happy Monday. We're going to sit together for about 15 minutes this morning. And as always, as we're getting ready to practice, just that reminder to check in with yourself, make sure that your physical body has the right amount of support, and choosing a posture that feels good for you rather than choosing a posture you feel like you quote unquote should be in. So maybe you're seated, maybe you're leaning back a little bit, perhaps you're even standing or walking. Just noticing your posture, noticing your body, noticing how your body is holding you. And is there a way that you can hold your body so that you can support yourself? And as you're getting situated, as you're settling, I'll invite you to either close your eyes or set your gaze downward. And giving yourself permission to still move and settle. Maybe you make some neck rolls, or you're still adjusting your cushion, or you're planting your feet firmly on the ground. As you do these things, do them consciously. So you're really choosing how that you're supporting yourself. You're really choosing to make space for yourself. And you're giving yourself permission to take up that space. And as we're continuing to settle, and again, with either eyes closed or gaze downward, this gives us an opportunity to go a little bit more internal with our sensory awareness. Once your body is starting to settle, what do you notice about this morning? Perhaps you're noticing the sensations of being in your body, your feet touching the floor or chair, the rhythmic movement of your breath. Perhaps inviting in a bit of softening, just remembering that quality of relaxation that comes when we exhale. And what are you noticing around you? Maybe different sounds coming and going. Perhaps there's even a subtle scent in the air, a lingering taste in your mouth. You're just noticing, just becoming more and more aware of these subtleties. And John O'Donohue, a delightful poet, author, teacher, often talked about the small miracles happening all around us. And perhaps even inviting in that frame some small miracle I'm noticing right now. This may be the small miracle that your organs are working for you, heart beating, lungs breathing, digestion happening. And perhaps noticing the miracle of sound, how we can translate these small vibrations into meaning. And in the midst of all this, just noticing what it feels like to be in our body as we become more and more aware. Stay and practice this breathing and aware of breathing. Just practicing becoming more and more aware of what our senses are sharing with us. Just this simple, easeful breath in and out. Our ability to follow this one simple breath helps us strengthen our ability to get to know ourselves, strengthens our ability to concentrate. And though it's simple, it's not always easy to just follow one breath. Sometimes our mind is busy and wanting to plan ahead. Sometimes we're getting caught up in a story that's happening in our mind. And we're just allowing those things to be a part of our experience as well. There's no need to ever push anything away. It's whatever arises in these moments. We just become more and more aware and perhaps more and more welcoming to anything that comes up in our sensory awareness, in our thinking landscape. Just open with curiosity. And depending on the day and the moment, sometimes our mind wanders off right away. And it's just this continual practice of inviting our attention back to the present, being gentle with ourselves. So again, and just inviting in this possibility that everything happening around us is a miracle. Sure, we might understand how the gas exchange occurs every time we breathe in and out. Maybe we have a deep understanding of the inner workings of the lungs. And yet, there's nothing we need to do to make that gas exchange occur. We just simply breathe in and we breathe out, and it just happens. And every time we breathe in way too many oxygen particles, way more than we need. And our body knows exactly how many to give back to the atmosphere, the environment around us. And there's a generosity in our breathing. We're always giving back gases for the greenery around us to then breathe in, giving back the particles of oxygen we don't need in this moment. And the nature of our breathing is abundant and generous. What does that feel like to just be part of nature, to be part of generosity every time you breathe? Just this miracle, taking in a breath and releasing it. A really lovely part of breathing, although this miracle is happening, although our body is breathing for us, we can also choose to be a part of our breathing. We can choose to consciously change our breath, whether it's we take a deeper breath and we sigh it out because we just need to release something, a sigh of relief. Sometimes we quicken our breath if we're working hard physically or we're trying to concentrate. And we might simply notice as we slow down our exhale how that gives us a little bit more access to that relaxive quality every time we exhale. Just noticing how breath comes and goes, and we don't have to do anything about it. And we can choose to be a part of our breathing. What do you notice here and now? How is your body breathing for you? And perhaps choosing just to slow down your exhale, just remembering you get to be a part of it as well. In these last moments, I'll invite you to notice your hands, bringing your hands into any of your closing habits or practices. Just taking a moment with yourself, perhaps again, inviting in awe and wonder of just taking a breath. And as we head into the day, may we remember the innate goodness of each breath. May we seek and find contentment. And whenever possible, may we choose to move with ease and peace. And whenever you feel complete, you can open your eyes, find some movement if that feels good for you. Just taking your time coming back into the day with your visual sense.